Hey guys, we're in Battery Park, New York City, and we have the NiSi JetMag Pro Landscape ND Kit here with us today. This kit is designed mainly for landscape photographers and outdoor shooters who want quick control over light for long exposure and high contrast scenes. If we take a look here, it has multiple adapter rings that fit 82, 77, 72, and 67mm thread sizes, 3 ND filters, 3, 6, and 10 stops, 2 front caps, a back cap, a True Color CPL filter, and a caddy pouch. Why 2 front caps? That way when you're using a filter on your camera lens, you can cover it and still protect the filters you're not using. You don't have to worry about scratching the filters when you put them back into your caddy. Notice when they're magnetically stacked. They're color coordinated and easily distinguishable. Twist the filter so the tab is no longer aligned with the others to pull it apart and detach. Stick on and twist to align the tabs and lock back into place. When mounting the filter to the adapter on the lens, snap it on and make sure the tab on the filter is aligned with the white line located on the back of the adapter. As you can see, once locked in, that thing's not going anywhere. I love the fast magnetic attachment. They snap right in and you're good to go. Look how quick that is. Here's the 82mm adapter ring for our 16 to 35mm lens. To mount the adapter ring, you need to screw it on, but once on, you can throw a front cap on to protect the lens or put a filter on it like this True Color CPL and you're ready to shoot. Let's take a look at what the True Color CPL filter does. It reduces the light by about a stop or so and deepens the contrast without affecting color balance. Notice in the comparison photo, the only thing that I changed with our exposure was the shutter speed to compensate for the loss of light. I did this to emphasize the contrast that the CPL filter adds. Look at the difference in the contrast in the buildings and how it enhances the richness of the colors. On the left, with no filter, the photo looks a lot duller than the photo on the right. CPLs really make the photo pop. Think of it like polarized sunglasses for your camera. CPLs are especially helpful when reducing glare. For instance, look at the glare on this car window. Without the CPL filter, the glare is so strong you can't even see inside. With the CPL filter, you can clearly see how much the reflection of the building has been reduced. You still get the punch in the contrast as well. I did change the shutter speed again to compensate for the loss of light. And one other thing to note is that the CPL stands for Circular Polarizer Lens Filter, so you can rotate the filter when attached to control the effect. As for the neutral density filters, we have 10, 6, and 3 stops. You may be wondering, what are ND filters used for? They're great for shooting wide open on a bright day. This shot was at 1.4 when the sun was directly above us. Shooting at such a low aperture allows you to focus on your subject and remove distractions by blurring out the background. As for our exposure, I only changed the f-stop in order to compensate for the loss of light from the 3-stop ND filter and to emphasize the power of using ND filters for blurring out the background in bright conditions. It's also perfect for long exposures. For instance, when you want moving water to look smooth or add drama to your skies on a cloudy, windy day. In this particular pic, we used the 10-stop ND filter and shot at f8 for 10 seconds. It was not windy enough to really get that dramatic effect in the sky, but it was enough to still give us mood. To get this sort of look, you're going to want to use a tripod with a remote shutter to eliminate any camera shake during the long exposure. If you don't have a remote shutter, you can always set your camera to self-timer like I did. When choosing which ND filter you want to use, you need to determine what type of effect and how much light you want to reduce. Let's take a look at the effect difference between 3, 6, and 10 stops. This is what it looks like with the 3-stop ND filter at a half a second shutter speed, f8, ISO 50. You can see some slight motion blur. It gives you a very minimal sense of movement in the photo, as you can see with this boat passing as well as in the waves. Next, we have the 6-stop ND filter at 3.2 seconds. The water looks much smoother, and you get significant more movement in passing by boats. Experience and trial and error will really help you hone in on your craft and have you instinctually grabbing the filter you desire, which leads itself perfectly to the JetMag Pro series of filters because of how quickly you can swap them. Lastly, we have the 10-stop ND filter at 16 seconds. This pretty much eliminated the motion in the waves, smoothing it out. As for the passing by boats, they are heavily blurred, making them almost unrecognizable, but still not distracting us from the overall composition. You can also use multiple filters at once. Here we have the CPL filter stacked with the 6-stop ND filter, both attached to the lens. Even at an ultra-wide 16mm, you don't get vignetting, and that's due to the slim design of the filter's frame. Stacking these filters gets you about 7 to 8 stops of light reduction and some heavy motion blur. The stacking ability with this kit really grants you a wide, versatile range when it comes to controlling light. Another fun way to use ND filters is by creating motion blur in highly active spaces. This can be used to create movement in your photograph, like this shot in the Oculus. They don't allow tripods here, so this shot was done handheld using the 3-stop ND filter. It's a little chaotic, but that's the point, to show the hustle and bustle of New York City. In this shot, we show how ND filters can eliminate moving objects such as people completely. I had Jess run around in front of the lens while attaching the 10-stop ND with the CPL stacked. This shot was a 30-second exposure at f2.8. If you wanted a ghost-like effect, you can also have the subject move very slowly or stay still for part of the exposure and then move out of the frame, like in this shot here. With all these parts and pieces that are included in the NiSi JetMag Pro Landscape Filter Kit, we love the storage caddy it comes with. It's super protective and can be safely stored in your bag or even latched onto the bag. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your time, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to see more gear reviews, tutorials, and tips and tricks. See you later.